Nice to see you.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel and this portfolio update on eToro. We haven't issued anything for quite some time and we do apologize for that. However, the timing has just not been there to do so, but we thought it would be interesting today to take a look at how our portfolio has developed and what has happened with the open and closed trades, as you can see here, and what we have bought since then. So as you can see from the 12 trades where we have both bought and afterwards sold the shares, we have Merck, which is the only one who have had a loss on 8.36%. At a certain point we thought, okay, there's not much more to be captured in Merck, let's just get rid of it and try to find something we have a bit more believe in. So we took that with the loss, and that's fine. That's how it is. Sometimes you cannot win on all trades. Then we have Bristol Myers Squibb, 11.67%. That's quite nice, good. We have Intilia, which we have bought in the interim period between the first video we launched in January, and since we sold it off, we netted a nice gain on 18.65%. However, we sold this a bit too early, around 10 days after we sold it. It shot up with 100% as they came with the good announcement, so that was obviously poor timing, but it also tells a little bit about the story about investing in a stock that you really don't have a good understanding of, and that was exactly what we mentioned when we ran over this video on the genomics. We do not have a lot of expertise within this area, but we thought the stock looked interesting, the numbers were interesting, therefore we took a part in it, and we took a profit at 18.65%. Again, a lot of the other shares that we have covered within that space have dropped significantly, and that was also why we thought it would maybe be a good time to take a little bit of profit on that one. Then we have Visa, which gained 16.14%, a solid pick. We were quite confident in that one. The same with Microsoft, 20.11%. Some may say, why are you selling Microsoft? Well, in our opinion, it has now reached 2 trillion market cap, and there may be a bit more to be captured on Microsoft, but again, it's reaching that level where it's difficult to really gain a lot more percentages on this one, and we thought, okay, let's sell it, and if Microsoft takes a dip, we may do a re-entry into it. eBay, similar situation, reached an all-time high. We sold it on 31.14% gain, satisfied with that. The same with Bank of America, which gained us 71.28%, really happy with that trade. Of course, there may be a bit more to be gained in the banking sector, but we thought, let's just take some profit now, and again, we can maybe re-entry at a later stage if it drops down again. We have Intel, which gained us 19.20%. That one is quite interesting. We're going to come back to that later in the video, but essentially we saw it at a time where Intel was becoming an overvalued territory, so we decided to sell it shortly thereafter. It dropped quite significantly because they came out with quite poor results, and right now it is sold around $55 a share. So on that one we hit the timing pretty well. We have Eli Lilly, we gained 25.62%, really good. We have TUI, which is a travel company in the UK, 24.63%, so we're also quite satisfied with them. And then we have Enphase and Dollar Tree in the end, which we covered in the first video in January, and we also had some nice gains on those ones.
All right, enough philosophy.
Next, let's take a look at the current portfolio that we have, and here you will first see the first batch of them. We still have Spirit Airlines. So far we are up 20.45%, but we think that there's going to be more to be gained in Spirit Airlines and a bit longer term. However, it's not going to rise too much more before we are considering to sell them. We have Palantir, we also had them in the initial video, 0.16%, so really hasn't moved anywhere, but it is recovering at the moment after quite a significant drop. And again, we still have faith in Palantir, so we're going to keep them on for quite a bit of time. Then when we sold Intel, as we just mentioned before, at that point we took a look at Nvidia again. We said there's probably going to be a good opportunity with them, so we bought into them, and so far they have returned us 56.15%. They're setting new all-time highs all the time, so we're really satisfied with that, and we are slowly looking into whether we should sell off Nvidia again, as there could come a pullback in our opinion with the rapid increase that have been seen in the past weeks. Then we have Editas Medicine, which we also bought subsequently to the genomics one. That one was down with around 50% at one point, but it has since recapped quite a bit, and we're down 23.17%. Again, it is a little bit of a long shot on that one, but so far we're keeping it to see what's going to happen. Then we have Canadian Solar, which is up at the moment with 10.82%. We're a little bit disappointed on this one. We feel actually that they've been delivering quite good results, but they've been punished together with the general solar industry market. But we're still up, but not as much as we were before. So again, we're going to keep them because we think that they're actually delivering quite good result. Lockheed Martin Corporation, we were considering to sell them after the first video, but one of our subscribers said keep them, they're going to deliver good results. So we have so far done that. It has actually been in positive territory, and right now it's down with 1.33%. So we're going to keep that a bit more to see what's going to happen. Finally, we have Total Energies, which obviously changed name recently. It's up with 35.25%. In our opinion, Total at least has 20 to 25% more upside from current share price, so we're definitely going to keep that one. Similar with the Intel one, when we sold that one off, we said AMD had fallen quite a bit, and we felt it hadn't really recouped a lot of its upside which it had previously. So we said, okay, let's go in and take a position in AMD, and so far that has been positive for us, 14.52%, so really satisfied with that. And then we have Square, which we also like a lot, and I think we're going to do a video again on Square, PayPal, and these kind of companies in the near future, and so far we are up with 5.20% on Square. Then our portfolio also consists of Vestas Wind Systems from Denmark, who is manufacturing wind turbines. We're down 9.33%. However, we have great expectations for the wind industry going forward, so we're definitely going to keep that one, and we think it's going to move into positive territory at a certain point. The worst performing stock we have in our portfolio at the moment is Baidu, 23.26% down. However, we really like Baidu. They're in a part of a transition from being a search engine to also focus on AI, semiconductors, and EVs in general, and we think that Baidu is definitely going to get nice returns in the future. The value could definitely at least triple from current share price levels. Again, it's just about being patient, so we're definitely going to keep that. We have LendingTree, another company that we really like. It's down 4.21%. We really haven't covered them, but they offer a variety of benchmarking solution for consumers, and we definitely think that's going to yield some positive returns in the medium term, if not before. We have Roku, which again is a company that we really like, but we felt that was a bit expensive initially. Since then, Roku dropped down, and we said, okay, now it's a good time to do an entry into them. So we bought, and we are currently up 22.73%, which is satisfactory, and we think that's going to keep on going up because they're expanding partnerships. Apple TV just bought a button on their remote control, and they're expanding quite significantly with adding a lot of new subscribers every month. So again, we have great expectations for Roku. We have AT&T, a nice gain on 6%. We know that is not the one that is going to give us huge returns, but it's a sure and stable stock that we like. Then we took a position in Nel. We mentioned that in one of our videos that it was probably going to be a good time to move into some of the hydrogen stocks because they had fallen significantly. Not all of them, but some of them. And Nel is obviously one of the companies that we really like, and so far we are with 10%, but we know this one is volatile and it can definitely quickly move down and up quite significantly. But in the long term, we have great expectations for Nel, so we're going to definitely keep that for a longer period unless it suddenly explodes like crazy. Finally, we have Alibaba and Amazon, which we also had in the previous video. Alibaba has fallen down quite a bit. There has been a lot of problems in China with Alibaba, and we see that as perhaps as a short to medium term issue. In the long run, they're definitely going to come back and yield nice returns, so we're going to keep that. Similar with Amazon, they have been struggling a little bit in the past months, but again, we think that there's going to be very good appreciation in share price over the next 6 to 12 months in Amazon, so we're going to keep that. Finally, as you can see here, we have a balance at the moment on 25%, so we have increased our cash on the sidelines, because at the moment the market has gone up quite significantly, and there is starting to be discussions on whether there will come soon a correction. And again, if that comes, we want to have some money on the sidelines for the portfolio to be able to deploy that in some of the shares who is going to be potentially hit hard. Nonetheless, we are quite comfortable with most of the companies we have in the portfolio, and we're definitely looking to keep a lot of them for a longer period. But again, as we say, we are willing to change all the stocks out if we feel that they move into overvalued territory. But for the moment, the only real candidate that we are seeing is Nvidia, that I think we will consider to get rid of for in a short period of time, and then hope for pullback to re-enter there again. So that finally takes us to how we have been performing so far over the year. And as you can see here, June has been an extremely good month for us. We are up quite a bit over the periods, which is reflected in some of the trades that we did. We sold off some of the shares that had netted us a nice gain, but again, was not really, we didn't see a lot of upside potential on them, and we thought let's change out a bit in the mix, and so far that has paid off well to us, and it basically shows that the value of our portfolio in 2021 so far is up with 11.31%, so that's obviously very acceptable, and we hope that we can keep the pace for the remainder part of the year, and basically be able to beat the market for the second time in 2 years. I know the last year is probably a little bit unfair to compare with the market, as we didn't have anything with it when everything crashed, but nonetheless we are quite satisfied with the return so far of the portfolio, and we will try to keep it up, although we do understand that not all of the trades that we're going to do are going to be successful. That's literally impossible. That was all we had for today. We really hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe for future content. Please give us a like, it really helps with the algorithm, and please leave a comment in the comment section. Do you have any suggestions for our portfolio? Do you think that there's something we should get rid of? Is there something we should add due to recent events? Please let us know. We're always interested in taking a look at that. Besides that, there's not much more to say than stay safe and have a nice day. Hasta la vista, baby.